Hey, Radio Horror YouTube fans, this is Dr. Chris looking at a statue that I got over the Christmas holiday that I've been waiting to unbox and show off because I'm such a huge fan of this character. This is the Morbius, the Living Vampire PVC Diorama statue from Gallery Marvel Diamond, and it is a beautiful piece that I picked up at the Hall of Comics in Southboro, Massachusetts, so a quick shout out to them. But I wanted to show it off, and I've been waiting to unpack it for a little while. So this is the front of the box right here. You can see the artwork on here is by Gabriel Delato, who was the cover artist for the Morbius Living Vampire 2013 series. Now there was a 2019 series that got canceled because that ran into 20, but was canceled because of the pandemic, and then of course the movie was put off. And I'm making this video now also pretty relevant because they just announced that the movie has been delayed now until October of 2021. So who knows when we're going to get that Morbius movie in. Maybe we'll get it on streaming, who knows. But Morbius the Living Vampire is one of my favorite Spider-Man characters. He's his own kind of standalone character himself, but he's usually closely associated with Spider-Man. There's the back of the box. Desperate to cure his rare blood disorder, Nobel Prize winning biochemist Dr. Michael Morbius conducted secret experiments on himself using distilled bat fluids and electricity. The resulting procedure bleached Morbius' skin and endowed him with bizarre paranormal abilities like super strength and the power to glide on the Courier currents. But Morbius' strange cure came with a horrific price, an unquenchable hunger that drives him to stalk the Earth as Morbius, the living vampire. The gallery diorama of Morbius is based on his appearance in Marvel Comics and is made of high-grade PVC with detailed sculpting and collectible quality paint applications, designed by Caesar and sculpted by Alterin. Again, this is a Diamond Select figure. You can definitely order it from your local comic book store. It retailed for $49.99 where I picked it up, but obviously prices may vary, and we're going to crack this guy open so you can take a look at him in all his glory. This is definitely based on Morbius's early appearances, as he appeared in Amazing Spider-Man number 101 way back in the day. It was part of that cool, six-armed Spider-Man storyline that we're all familiar with, where Peter tries to get rid of his powers and ends up accidentally growing 4 extra arms. And of course, Morbius appeared on the Spider-Man TV series as well, the animated series from the 90s from Fox, and the disaster results of that show. And Morbius is mixed with fans, considering he's a vampire, but it's a little silly how they had to portray him. So we're going to crack him open right now. And there we have the Morbius Living Vampire statue. I'll give a little bit of a close-up to him for the camera. This is a high-grade PVC piece. It is very heavy, too. The amount of detail in this thing is unbelievable. They did an incredibly good job. This is not your typical piece of, almost like plastic. Some of those statues from the gallery are very good quality, but definitely light in weight, so they can be very delicate. This has some considerable weight to it. Mostly it's in the base here, as you can see in the gargoyle that he sits on top of, but the detail to his to his claws, his hair, the costume itself is absolutely beautiful. I really enjoy this piece. What I was saying about the Spider-Man television series was that he had these suckers in his hands, which, because they couldn't have him biting people in a Saturday morning cartoon, which is unfortunate. So it was the 90s. It was weird. They didn't allow guns. They didn't allow vampires on the Batman animated series either. So as I said, he was based on his original appearance, and that was by Gil Kane and Roy Thomas. At a time, they couldn't have horror characters in comic books. They came up with the idea for a living vampire because the Comic Code Authority was like, no undead things. So they were like, well, he's a living vampire. He never died, so we can get away with it. But the detail in this thing is absolutely stunning. See if I can bring him to the camera. If I can tilt the camera up just a little bit so you can have a better view of him. And just the amazing attention to detail they gave this thing is unbelievable. Doesn't really have anything written on the base other than Marvel and, of course, made in China. But if you have a chance to pick this up, I highly recommend it. This Morbius the Living Vampire piece is a favorite piece of my vampire collection. I am looking forward to displaying it with my Morbius figures. I just picked up the Midnight Sun Morbius figure that was like part of a Build-A-Figure set, I think with like Venom Carnage. So if you have a chance to pick this up, definitely do it before the movie comes out. Who knows if this will still be available when the movie comes out. They'll probably have their own movie Morbius figure, but a lot of times these statues, when they sell out, they go for big bucks on the aftermarket afterwards. So they do not reprint these statues very often. Very much similar to action figures. So definitely pick it up. And if you could like, subscribe, and comment on the rest of the videos here on the Radio Horror YouTube channel, please do. Thank you everyone for checking out the unboxing of my Morbius figure.